Hey everyone, it's Jess and Graham from Great Off-Road Adventures. This afternoon we are in the lovely small town of Capel.
So Capel's a little southwest town. I guess it started predominantly for dairy farming, and now it's sort of evolved into a bit of a mineral sands town. It's halfway between Bunbury and Busselton. It's going to be the starting point and the finishing point for this trip. So yeah, we've driven down Friday evening after work. We're going to head out into the hills behind Capel to a little camp spot called Ironstone Gully Falls, and we've got a day and a half worth of four-wheel driving and exploring on some tracks and stuff out in the hills. We're going to head bailing up Nannup Way, and yeah, it should be a really fun trip. It's a winter's trip. We might get rained on. That's just part of the experience. So yeah, let's get on the road, and we'll be up at camp shortly. Alright guys, we've arrived at camp up here. Behind you, Chris is already set up. He had a couple hour head start on us, but I'm blessed here. I don't know if you can see on the roof what's going on, but there's an Alucab Gen 3 rooftop tent on the roof. Now, disclaimer, it's not mine. It's on loan for the month from Andrew Fan from Fantastic Adventures. Very generous of him to lend it to us, and it's just so quick and easy to set up. And that's it. It's pretty much done. Bed's already made inside, got our bedding in it. Put these two poles in quick, and then we'll swing out the awning and do dinner. Like, this is even quicker setup than we had before. So anyway. I'm not long enough to reach over the tyre.
Now you know how I feel.
Cool, alright. Gotta love a quick and easy setup. Now we can do dinner. Well, shortly after we arrived at camp and set up the tent, Kieran and Eva arrived. It was just going to be the three of us this weekend, so they got stuck into setting up their swag and getting comfortable at camp.
So it's got these stays in the ground, a bit heavy on it, heavier than falling.
How's dinner going?
It's a little bit gluggy tonight, sorry. Put the rice in too early, so it's a bit more sloppy.
That's leftovers for you, leftover chicken curry for dinner.
So, that, and I'm too hungry to sort of think about what I'm doing, sorry.
Oh, it looks ready, so I'll put the camera down and we'll eat some dinner.
Awesome, sounds like a plan. Oh, geez, I want to start at the wedding. Yes, you got two vegetarians at the wedding. Oh, so there will be a vegetarian option at the buffet.
No, I just saw the evil grin when I said that.
Changed it because Fireman Sam was always done with the puppets. But
Because I remember Fireman Sam.
everything is a female or a male.
Germans have to throw a neuter in there just to be awkward.
A what in there?
Good morning everyone, welcome back to a very brisk Saturday morning. Camped at Ironstone Gully Falls. Had our first night's sleep in alley cab as well. I've got to say I'm feeling very refreshed and comfortable this morning, but we'll try it out for as many nights as we can, and then we'll give you our comprehensive thoughts at the end. So yeah, I think everyone's just put the kettles on, making a little cuppa, and then I'm pretty sure plan is to have a bit of brekkie, go and check out the waterfall, and then we're going to go and hit the tracks for the day. So yeah, we'll show you as we go. But I'm going to go and put some gloves on and try and warm up a bit, because it's pretty cold this morning, that's for sure, very cold. Well, that would be the easiest pack up in the world. Just finished packing up. We're just going to move the cars down to the day use area at Ironstone Gully Falls, and then we're going to go and check it out, see what it's like. So yeah, it should be good fun.
And then it was $150 at Amazon.
Where's he get his energy from, Chris?
I don't know, it's probably all the health food that we put into him.
This morning's healthy breakfast. Alright, so just park the cars up and we're going to take a walk down into Ironstone Gully Falls. There's a little bit of a trickle. We can just hear it. Certainly, you know, not going to be as impressive as some of the photos I've seen from here, but should still look pretty good, I reckon. Yeah, that's it. Well, it's just a trickle at the moment at Ironstone Gully Falls. Obviously you got to come here when it's a torrential downpour, but look, it was nice. It was really peaceful to camp here. It's a beautiful camping spot. It's free as well, so it's a nice little free camp. There's a little toilet. There's not any fire pits, but if you have your own fire pit, you can have a fire. But yeah, it's quite a nice place to come and visit and check out. If you're after a cascading waterfall, make sure you come here when it's raining, or there's been a bit of rain. You know, we thought middle of winter it would be a bit more than this, but as you can see, it's pretty much just a trickle. Not to worry, it's still worth a little bit of an explore, and that's what adventuring is. That's why we get out and do it. So we try and get off this rock edge without stacking it. It's very wet. Well, it's slippery. There's moss. But I think I can do it. There we go. Success. All right. I think the plan now is probably to jump into 4Bs and go and have a bit of an explore. Is he going to have wet socks?
Yeah, we always end up with a wet creeper. Now he's
So yeah, I probably didn't say it last night, but we obviously got joined by friends again this trip. So we've got Kieran and Eva in a white VW Amarok. Obviously the same Kieran and Eva that had the BT50 before. You'd have seen them plenty of times on the channel. And then obviously my good mate Chris, and he's joined by his eldest son Cooper. So yeah, good father-son trip for them. They both enjoy their camping. Anyway, let's get back to the car and hit some tracks. Alright, well we've left Ironstone Gully Falls, pretty much going straight onto the tracks for the day. Never driven these tracks before, got no idea what to expect. Found a little bit of moisture on them already, bit of mud, a few puddles. But because we're on just gravel tracks, we're going to take a bit of air out of the tyres. Going to go down to probably 25, and that'll just cushion the ride for us, a bit of extra suspension in the sidewall of your tyre. Yeah, either drink some of it or tip some of it out.
Okay.
Because I don't really want tea through the whole car.
Yeah, I know. I don't want it either because I'll be the one who has to clean it.
Well, Chris and Kieran, what did you guys let your tyres down to?
26 all round. Oh, 25 front, 20 rear, got a little bit of weight, and just that bike rack might take a bit more out.
Yeah, fair call. Sounds like we all went to a pretty similar tyre pressure. I'm getting blamed for spousal abuse because when Jess was just filming there, the big tent and awning just clipped a branch and it just fell on Jess's head.
He did it on purpose, I'm sure.
yeah, I'm getting blamed. I'm getting blamed for it. But it was just like a twig, wasn't it?
It was like a decent size.
Nah, I'm calling bullshit.
I am not a fisherman saying the size of my fish. It was a legitimate size.
Yeah, so anyway, look, sorry, didn't mean that. But...
I'll show you the war wounds later. I might have to go to the hospital.
Oh, I have to take you to the hospital?
Yeah.
Good, I'll take you there on... oh, excuse me. I'll take you there on Sunday on the way home then.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
Well, this track that we've never been on's proven to be a bit of fun. It's worthwhile. This is exploring. This is why you do it. What do you think of it, Jess?
Besides being knocked on the head, I think I'm just thinking everything's fantastic right now. No, it's good fun. It's looking really interesting to drive. Definitely not a boring gravel track. So it's good fun.
Nothing too challenging, just the right amount of fun.
No, definitely. A little bit of technical at times, but nothing that's not capable to be done.
Yep. Cool. Oh, we'll see what it continues to deliver for us. Well guys, this particular trip, you'll notice I'm running 2 GPSs. We recently bought the iPad and I installed the HEMA Explorer app on it. And I've been playing around with the Explorer app. I've been playing around with my HN7, which is dying a very slow and painful death. That's why we got the second device and we started setting it up and getting familiar with it, learning it, so that eventually when the HN7 dies we can just replace it with the iPad. So yeah, it's 2 GPSs have proven pretty useful. We got one set really far out, which is the HN7, it's a sort of wide scale area, and then we've got the Explorer app on the iPad for close in nitty gritty detail, waypoints and tracks and that sort of thing. So yeah, you can definitely see the benefits of running 2, albeit we're only running 2 as an interim measure at the moment. But yeah, one thing I'll be doing is I'll be doing a comparison between these 2, and I'll be including the HX1 and the HEMA 4-wheel drive app as well, because a good mate of mine, Luke's been kind enough to lend me his HX1 and his Samsung tablet with the 4-wheel drive app. So pretty much for the last 10 weeks I've been able to just play with all 4 devices, really learn how they function, how easy it is to load waypoints and tracks and use them and their functionality and stuff. So it's been a pretty good learning experience, and I'm sure as a result I'm going to be able to share with you guys a lot of valuable information. So stay tuned for that video. Well, we are out and about exploring at the moment, and I don't know if you can see behind us, we've come to this old runway. It's a bit of a bush strip. I'm not sure what it would have been used for back in the day, but yeah, it's set up on the top of the hill here. Great view out the back. Got opportunity for a group photo, stretch the legs. Got to remember that Cooper's riding with Chris and he doesn't want to sit in the car seat all day, so we'll plan in a few opportunities like this so we can hop out, stretch the legs, and that sort of thing. So let's go see what this view looks like, see if it's any good.
I use the ALB one.
Yeah.
Same thing, but just integrated. Literally.
Just go easy on the little step down here. Well, that was a misjudgment in underbody clearance. That was just a simple case of dipping out, having to reverse back down and have another go. But as you can see there, we tried with a little bit more momentum and it still didn't work. I didn't want to go too hard on it and break something, so it was time to reverse down, pick a different line and come up with another plan. Well, with a little bit of rain starting to come down, the hills are getting a nice little greasy slick top to them. Sure made for a bit of fun, especially the next one just after this section. So in these really steep hills that we're on now, sort of near between Bailing Up and Nannup, driving the steep hills, I've taken the gearbox, I put it in a Triptronic in sports mode. If you've got a normal automatic and you've sort of got like 2, 3, 4 and then D, I'd be like using that 2, 3, 4 or it might be L, 2, 3, 4, so that you can sort of hold it in a gear. That's what I'm doing now. I'm sort of alternating. I'm in low range between second and third, up and down the hills. If I want to go a bit faster, I'll go up a gear, but I'm using engine compression to go down the hills to brake. It just gives a bit more control on the car, especially in these steep hills. Well, we've finished on the tracks for now, but we've got a little bit of bitumen to do. So we've worked out we can't cross the river here because the track's closed for logging. The river's actually at a really good level, we could cross it, but there's a big sign there saying road closed. You've got to respect that and do the right thing. So we've got to do a bit of a detour on the bitumen. It's going to be 36 kilometers there or thereabouts. So we're just going to put the tyres up a bit so we can go a little bit faster on the bitumen. Little bit of a tip, instead of like, we got our tyres now at 25, instead of going all out to like 40 psi, which is my highway pressure, probably only go to 32, 33 for a short time frame like this. It'll be quite alright for the tyres. That means not as much to let down at the other end, not as much air to put in here, it just speeds the process up a bit. Well guys, I'm going to end off the episode there. It's probably a pretty good point to do so. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Make sure you come back and check out part 2. That's going to be coming out next on the channel. If you've enjoyed it, go down there, subscribe to the channel, check out our other videos. There's a link on the screen now. And you know the deal. Happy safe adventuring everybody. Stay safe on the tracks and trails. Hopefully one day we'll see you out there.